Nearly a month after his passing, a cause of death has now been released for Atlanta rapper Rich Homie Quan.
Medical examiners say he died from an accidental overdose.
Because it's like everyone just wants to get on this hype train of perks and perks and perks, and people are dying left and right off of that shit.
There are a lot of questions when it comes to the death of Rich Homie Quan. We're talking everything from weird 911 calls, stories about his death that make you go, and an autopsy report that came back so fast that you can't help but wonder if it was rushed for a reason. There are people who think that Quan was given a poisoned pill, and a lot of people are pointing fingers at either his baby mama or his brother. It's all so weird that now RHQ's dad is speaking out, and he says he wants the case into his son's mysterious death to be reopened. Let's get into it. Rich Homie Quan died on September 5th in his Atlanta home. It was reported by his baby mama, Amber Williams, and his brother, Andre Mumford. Amber says that Quan didn't come to bed the night prior and that on the morning of the 5th, he was on the couch where she thought he was asleep, so she took their son to school. When she came home, she saw he was still there, covered him with a blanket, then went and took a nap. When she got up and he was still in the same place, she started investigating and found that he wasn't breathing and called 911. Andre says that around 3 a.m. he found RHQ in the kitchen, on the floor asleep with food in his mouth, and that he picked him up and put him on the couch. Some people on the internet are saying that's not the whole story, and that Quan was asleep on the floor with food in his mouth and his eyes open. But either way, it's weird that Andre found him in that state and he just picked him up and put him on the couch instead of getting help for him. Quan was pronounced dead on the 5th, and the autopsy was performed on the 6th. In case you're unfamiliar with the justice system in the US, it can take months to get an autopsy because the system is ordinarily so backed up. The fact that this went through so quickly was weird, to say the least. The results weren't released until a month later, and they revealed that Quan had a combination of fentanyl, Xanax, codeine, THC, and promethazine in his system, and his death had been ruled an accidental overdose. But Quans Dad doesn't feel like that's the whole story. He hasn't been able to shake the feeling that something is off. He said when he first went to the house and they saw the stretcher being taken away with his son on it, he started praying.
And once they went to the hospital with my son, I immediately went in the house and started praying.
RHQ's dad, Corey, was very close to him. He was a major part of his life. He wanted to see Quan pursue a career in engineering, but that's not what Quan wanted. So he pivoted and helped RHQ become a rapper and even became his manager.
We spoke daily. We spoke several times. The day before he passed, I looked at my phone. We were on the phone like 11 times.
Which obviously explains why he isn't just staying quiet and going along with this crazy story. Quan and his baby mama Amber didn't have the best of relationships. There are rumors that say RHQ was controlling with her and didn't let her have any male friends, but then cheated on her all the time. As a matter of fact, all kinds of side chicks came out when word of his passing got out, and people think that either she was fed up with him controlling her, or that she found out that he was cheating and took him out. A lot of people point to her 911 call and how quiet and calm she was while telling the 911 operator that Quan wasn't breathing.
But we ain't follow up on it till we ain't follow up on it till after some type of weight drop.
All these women coming forward is pretty damning evidence. They have pictures and videos and screenshots to back up their claims. This woman made a video responding to a commenter that said, "Y'all yelling clout when she could have did all this when he was alive. She can grieve just like anybody else that know him."
Just for y'all that's in the comments or whatever. Obviously y'all can't read. I literally said that I lost a great friend. That was my friend. I've known him since March. I did a 20v1 with him and we've been cool ever since.
Another thing that was weird about this story is that RHQ said he always takes his son to school because he got to spend time with him that way. So why didn't Amber know something was up if he wasn't up to take his boy to school? Something else that was suspicious was the fact that his baby mama took their son to school that morning. Quan let it be known that he takes his son to school every morning because he enjoys that bonding time with him. The fact that he didn't take him that morning should have been a red flag to the baby mama, but it wasn't because she already knew he was dead. Even her post about his death seems like she's trying to defend herself. This pain is unbearable. The love you all have shown is an overflow. I truly appreciate everyone who's reached out. I'm traumatized from a moment that'll forever be in my head. I have nothing to prove because my love for my other half was always shown. I had nothing to hide. Please respect me and the family at this time. Our house is no longer a home. I'm completely heartbroken. 15 years gone. I'll never be the same. This is a complete nightmare. We could never let go, but you didn't have to leave me like this. Hashtag no.
Reason, is that correct? I'm not hearing you.
Yes, yes.
Okay, ma'am. If there's a defibrillator available, send someone to get it now and tell me when you have it.
Is there a what?
If there's a defibrillator available, send someone to get it now and tell me when you have it.
I'm not sure what that is.
She tried to add his dad to the 911 call too, which is beyond weird. One person wrote, I'm willing to bet she went through his phone before calling 911. I used to pop pills and at no point did I end up on the floor. His brother Andre doesn't seem to be much better in this situation either. Police body cam footage shows him stumbling over his words and struggling to keep his story straight. Did you catch that question about his eyes? That's eerie considering people are saying his eyes were open. He even posted pictures of himself wearing Quan's clothes on social media shortly after his passing. This person said, all of them lying. Nobody had emotions about his passing but his dad, and that's fucked up that he had a lot of snakes around him. I seriously think everybody plotted against him in his house that night, especially his brother because his actions speak volumes. He was talking to the police like it was a normal day, not like his brother just passed, and to wear Quan's clothes is pure evil. When my brother passed, I was numb. Andre allegedly took photos of Quan before he put him on the couch, and some people are saying that maybe he took those pics because someone else needed proof. This person said, the brother showed absolutely no emotions when they were resuscitating Quan. I think it's because he knew that he was already gone. He looks very suspicious to me. Another said, is that why his brother was trying to sell his obituaries online and reaching out to do a deal with Future within the same week of his passing? His brother looks shady and jealous-hearted to me. They're all involved and all of their phone records should be requested and released at this point. There's some talk that Amber's youngest isn't Quan's and that it could be Andre's too. Probably been messing with him for years. If you look closely, the youngest son is light-skinned and don't look nothing like Quan. The oldest son looks exactly like Quan. The youngest one looks like Dre. I might be wrong, but if I'm right, I hope Quan gets justice. New information has come to light too. There was another woman in the house when Quan died named Kaya Brown. We don't know who this is, and she claimed that she didn't know anybody else or what happened before or after he died, and that she was only there to see someone she called Kay, whom people speculate is Andre. People have speculated that maybe she's the one that brought the tainted pills in. She actually tried to leave when cops showed up and didn't want to be interviewed.
One of the people that stay in the house.
Name?
Quick.
Quick. So you Quick's friend?
Correct.
Okay. And you don't remember what time you arrived?
No. I have no idea what has transpired before or after.
When she was questioned, she was as vague as possible. This person said, Shawty came off to drop fentanyl and sucked some hog. If she's arriving with a ball cap on, she'd throw him for sure. She was definitely in a hurry to get out of there and wasn't about to tell the cops what she was doing there or with who. One person said, they all had something to do with it, even the girl that didn't want to be interviewed. Another said, I pray his daddy Corey Lamar does get a second autopsy. If it was my child, I would be digging deeper into this. Even though he was doing drugs, the person he got those pills from that was laced with fentanyl should be found and charged for murder. It just don't seem like an accidental overdose. People also think that Quan could have been the victim of a targeted hit. Allegedly, he was set to testify during the YSL trial, and now he's dead under very mysterious circumstances. That feels fishy to a lot of people. Hurricane Chris said that Quan might have had a poison pill.
Life when you swallow that pill that you got from your homeboy. Even if he said he got it from the doctor, like, don't believe it. If you didn't go to a doctor and get that as your medication, don't take it. Even if somebody's selling it to you, got the pill bottle. There could be an old pill bottle they had, and they putting new fake pills in it. Like, it's a dangerous game if you out here taking drugs. You gotta really, like, pay attention.
Sounds like he thinks that RHQ is the victim of a murder plot. Quan has definitely not kept his use of substances quiet. One time he collapsed on the set during the filming of one of his music videos, which caused fans to speculate that it was because he was using drugs. But no one really believes that his death was a simple overdose. Corey isn't letting this go. He's still looking for answers. He shared that he was always afraid that something would happen to him, but he thought it would be something that happened to him while he was on the road.
At the house and thinking about when going on the road, how I would have restless nights, you know, just hoping that they made it to and from safe.
Quans Dad Corey is the only one on video the day he died that seems to be any kind of emotional or upset.
He's in the house.
Okay.
His engineer was here.
Okay.
And his girlfriend, his kid's mom.
And he said this about his son's death initially.
It's because I don't know, my son could have died from something else, so that's something I would not speak on.
I got you.
But once the results are available and I do a second opinion, then I'll speak on it. And I'm not in denial about anything.
Those results are back, and he hasn't come out and made public statements, which tells us one thing: he doesn't accept them. And word is that he actually wants a second autopsy done, and he wants the investigation to be reopened. But now I want to hear from you. What do you think really happened? Do you think that Amber or Andre had something to do with Rich Homie Quan's death? Do you think YSL was involved? Do you think Corey should get another autopsy? Let me know in the comments, and I'll catch you in the next video.